Hey, Dream Chasers, this is Aimee J, and thank you so much for tuning back in to episode 258 of Chasing Dreams. And this is also the beginning of Mental Health Awareness Month. So, this is a very special month to me, very important month, and one I want to kick off with. Don't worry, we will be back with guests shortly, but I wanted to talk about this because I think a lot of us understand that mental health is important, but we're not doing anything about it, or we're finding it difficult to take action about it. So I want to talk about that because there's such a need for us as millennials to understand that what we are doing and how we treat mental health is impacting the generation next, Generation Z, our children, the generations that follow. It is our time to take a stand about this and find the help that we need. Now, I understand you can't do everything. Finding help is also a challenge and is one that is being worked on. But what we need to do most importantly is acknowledge that we need help for mental health, right? Just as important as taking care of your physical health, it is so important to take care of your mental health one as well. And so, I am a big proponent of people, children, millennials, Gen X, going to see a therapist. One you're comfortable with. If you don't have a good experience with the first one, please don't let that stop you from finding another. Okay. I have a wonderful therapist. She is Indian. She is a woman of color because she's Indian, but she relates to me. She understands what I'm going through. So, find the right therapist for you, but finding one who understands what you're going through is very helpful, right? Because you can relate in some ways, and, stick with it. Stick with it. You don't have to see a therapist every week. You don't have to see a therapist every day. I did see mine on a weekly basis for about a month and a half, and then we scaled back, and now I see her once a month for a check-in. But I need that. That's something I want to do that I think is helpful because we talk about the things I've gone through. If I need a session, I'll call her for one. And there's nothing wrong with it. It is a normal thing to do, to get help, to talk to someone that is not your family, right? A therapist is a third party who doesn't necessarily have a vested interest in the decisions you make. They want what's best for you, but they allow you to make that choice, right? So many times you have voices in your head saying, hey, me, take my side, do what I need, do what's best for me, not really truly having your best interest at heart. I'm not saying everyone, different perspectives, different people in your life influencing you. It's natural. A therapist is an outside objective person who can give you feedback, right? And oftentimes sees things from a perspective that you don't necessarily see. And so I want to encourage everyone today to try and find someone, even if you think you're okay, maybe do a check-in with someone. Check in and see, hey, I've been feeling some kind of way because we've been going through a pandemic the past 2+ years, right? Can't avoid it. It's been there. And the pandemic has had some unfortunate side effects, if you will, things that we haven't been able to control, things that people have tried to minimize or handle. But, the mental health of a lot of more people have been affected. Frontline workers, teachers, medical staff, right? Those are just a few of people who are affected because of the pressure and stress placed upon them because of this pandemic, because they have seen things that they don't want to see, because they have been forced to do things that they have not maybe been comfortable with doing, taking on more students, having to separate people and take the chance, right? These guys, teachers, frontline workers, medical staff, police, first responders, all of them have risked their lives day in and day out in the past 2+ years for other people. And if you think that doesn't affect them, you're in for a rude awakening, because it does. It absolutely does. And we need to make sure they get the care they need for. And so I say that because over the past few years, we have seen a rise in depression by 3 times, right? So we are seeing an increase in depression. We're seeing an increase in suicide by 50%. And that is scary because it's not, please don't say not me. because yes, it is happening. It is affecting people, young people, girls, women. It's across the board, right? And the only way we can help them is to give them a safe space to talk and get help, because you are not alone. What you are going through is not singular. You are not the first person to go through it. You won't be the last. But what we need you to do is get help. Talk to a trained professional to get you help for what you need. There's nothing wrong with talking to someone and getting help. If you had a cold like I do, right, you would get help. You would go to a doctor. If you broke a bone, you'd go to the doctor. If your car wasn't working, you would get a mechanic to fix it. If you are not feeling well, see a therapist. Talk to someone. So in the show notes, there will be resources that you can find to try and find help. And I really want to put that upon you. And the other thing I want to talk about this month is a challenge, if you will. In the month of May, I challenge you to date yourself. Date yourself, right? Figure out more about yourself. What do you like? What do you want to do? What don't you like? What do you want for yourself in 6 months? What do you want for yourself in 1 year? Evaluate your situation. What is your home life like? What is your workplace life like? What is your relationships like? Both with your friends, with romantic partners, with your walk of life, the people that you work with, your network, right? Your professional network, whatever that is. What are your hobbies? How's that going? Right? What's your financial state? Right? Take some time to date yourself this month and figure out what it is you want, not what other people are saying, not what other people want for you. And I'm telling you now, it's not going to be easy, because you're going to fight against things other people say. You're going to allow other people's opinions to fall into what you're thinking. I want you to put that away and remind yourself when you can't remember that this is your life. These are your choices. And at the end of the day, you are the one that has to you owe it to yourself, because you are the one that has to be responsible for it. And so you may come up with things that you're like, I really don't want to be here. Okay, that's a choice. I'm not saying jump up and move to the next state. Please don't put that on me. I'm saying take some time to think about it and dig deep into what that means. Does that mean finding a new place? Does that mean moving states? Does that mean, and why are you saying it, right? You gotta really date yourself to figure this out. Try new things. After I get off this call, I am trying a new thing. I'm gonna grill. Yeah, I'm very excited about this. I'm gonna try to grill. And so, try new things this month. See what you actually love. See if the things that you thought you loved, do you still love them? Is it time for something new? That's what I want you to do this month, okay? In this mental health awareness month, I want you to make yourself the priority. If you can't do that on a daily basis, which ask yourself why, do it at least 1 to 2 times a week. Okay? Now, if you are a parent, if you are a spouse, if you are a sibling, grandparent, granddaughter, niece, nephew, cousin, friend, whatever, before you can be any of those other titles, you must be yourself. So even if you could only give yourself 15 to 30 minutes a day, do that. I'm telling you, if you do this for yourself, you will be a better parent, spouse, brother, sister, all of those things I named. You will be better for it, because you cannot give to others if you cannot take care of yourself. You will wear yourself down. All right. So that's all I want to say about this. It's going to be a short episode today because I want to introduce mental health, and I want you to have time to take care of yourself. I want you to have time to put your mental health as a priority. All right. So Again, resources for mental health professionals, networks, resources can be found on the show notes page. Go ahead and check it out. AimieJ21.com/episode 258. That's episode 258. And I will see you next time. And remember, don't stop. Keep chasing.